Hey everyone, I've gotten some feedback on my game review videos that they're sometimes a bit too long, that I go too deeply into my own stream of consciousness. And I think that's fair criticism. I usually do these in one go without a script, and I sometimes find it hard to formulate my thoughts in a foreign language in a timely manner. Some of my videos are well over an hour, up to 2 hours, and while other YouTubers stick to maybe 40 to 50 minutes. So I'll try to make these in under 1 hour going forward, but I can't really promise anything. As we saw in my last Rulers of Mars tournament, this tournament is being played on Vastitas Borealis, very fun map. And my opponent in round two was Big Yoshi from New Zealand. And I think it's just great that we have such an international community of players that come together for these tournaments. So now I played in the first round. I faced an opponent from Hong Kong. I faced players from the United States, from all over Europe, and even South Korea and Japan on a daily basis. And now this player from New Zealand. So if you dig a hole through Earth for my place here in Norway, you pretty much get directly to New Zealand, so that's pretty far away. And I probably sound like a boomer for saying this, but I still find the internet like super fascinating, that we can come together online and share our common interest in this amazing board game. Okay, enough chit chat. I was trying to make this short, and I'm already failing, so let's move on. Our starting hand, we have Unimi and Credit Core. So the first thing I would look at is, is there any reason to pick Unimi over Credit Core when Credit Core is just a much better corp? And the immediate answer is no. We have no sort of consistent terraforming that would give us any reason to pick Unimi. So that one's out. We go to the preludes. Society support, same thing, and even worse. You should never pick society support unless at least two of your other preludes are totally unplayable. So let's say if you have eco experts without a target and eccentric sponsor without a target, that would be maybe one of the only cases where you should pick society support. Here we have eccentric sponsor without a target, but Polar Industries and Supply Drop are good preludes, so we have to take those. We have some pretty good cards, so Optimal Air Braking is one that is just a very good card. You always keep that in your opener. We see some Joves. I mean, my first round on this map, we had great success playing the Joves, and there's the Traveler Awards that we can fight for with the Joves. So I think we tend to keep these, especially when we have some titanium from Supply Drop. Insects is our other power card next to Optimal, and we have at least one plant tag that we use to help out insects, so we keep those. And then Sabotage is almost always a keep in the opening, unless it prevents you from having enough money to make your plays, but we're Credit Core, so we have enough money. And then finally, I think Ants and Worms, I think, are a little bit too speculative, although you could go full microbe combo with insects, worms, ants, and so on, but I think worms and ants are a little bit too speculative. Search for Life, not that we need Search for Life for anything right here, but it's always kind of useful to have that science tag, so I think we keep that one as well. It's been a while since I played this game, so let's see if that was what I did. Yeah, I kept House Printing as well. So House Printing is not a good card usually, but we have 8 steel that we're not really using on anything else. So I think it's defendable, but you can also wait a bit and see if you find something better. But there's always the chance that you have just end up having 8 unused steel in your hand. So I think it's okay. I should say that there's the Blacksmith Award, so steel production is stronger than normally on this map. And also Miranda Resort is also kind of speculative because we have no Earth tags, but with the Traveler Award, we want to be playing Earth tags, and I think this is a fine speculation in my opinion. So let's move on with the game. We play our preludes, and it's always interesting where you put this ocean. Let's see what I did. I did put it here on a card. Cards at the start of the game are very valuable. I would say something like 4 MC at the very least. So possibly one card is even better than 2 plants. Pick up Physics Complex, not really that interesting. Kind of a whiff, but okay. He is Robinson Industries with Mohole and Aquifer Turbines. Turbines is a decent prelude. Mohole is kind of meh. But if he has some MC production in his hand, which I assume he does since he picked Robinson, this can be a decent setup where you can continue to increase the most valuable resources in his production line, like we talked about many times. And that could make him a big threat on the Blacksmith Award, which usually Robinson would expect to win. He puts his ocean next to mine on couple of heat and the plant. Probably like generically the best ocean on the map, I would say. Okay, I start by sabotaging him. Now we play our house printing, hoping he doesn't have escarpment. That would kind of suck. But he ends up, well, he ends up playing heat trappers. That also sucks. Like, just much of the value from my Polar Industry is just gone like that. So that's Gen 1 Heat Trappers is just very strong and incredibly annoying to play against. So you hate to see it, but at least I'm not like going for a full-on rush. I could potentially go more in an engine direction. So losing the heat production is not that bad, but it's still super bad. Like it's really annoying. But I play my Vestas Shipyards, and now I'm just like praying no escarpment, no AMC, because if he has either of those, he can play them by just using his ability. He increases titanium, and he plays mine, but he skips, so he didn't have any of those hate cards that I was dreading. Okay, we go to the first draft. If you remember my previous video, Psychrophiles is kind of OP on this map because of the Farmer Award, and that's 5 animal or microbe resources. If you get Psychros in Gen 1, you're probably getting a milestone in Gen 5, just like for free, and it's already a good card, so that is fantastic. If you get it in Gen 2, you need to start keep adding until Gen 6 before you can claim. So it's a little worse, but it's still pretty good. Good enough that I think it's better than imported nitrogen here. We still don't know if we're going to have good targets for nitrogen or if he's going to have that. These cards are kind of trash. He can play Fusion Power, but yeah, so Fusion Power probably the pick because of the Engineer milestone. If he can play that, he's already up to 9 combined heat and energy, and that's really close to Engineer, so I don't want to do that. He could play Soletta for Engineer, but that seems bad. Okay, here Satellites is kind of interesting for Spacefarer, and none of us have any science tag for gene repair, so I think you take the Satellites, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so Psychrophiles is definitely a keep. Radchem and Fusion Power are probably not, in my opinion. Satellites, I think you could speculate on Satellites for the Spacefarer award. Don't remember if I did, actually. Yeah, I did. I think that's the correct play, actually, because I could technically play Miranda, Optimal, and Satellites just to get the milestone. So if we have that, if we want it, basically. He raises heat and activates his Robinson ability to take plants. And at this point, he still hasn't played any MC production. So if he doesn't have MC production on hand, that could be kind of critical for him, because that would prevent them from raising mineral production and get an easy Blacksmith award for like 8 MC. And with my mineral production, I could even fight him on Blacksmith. So He really needs that MC production. I play my sacrifice. Then he passes, so we get to this draft. Kind of an interesting draft. Obviously, AI Central is one of the best cards in the game. We have 2 science tags, not the greatest science tags, but we might be able to get it online. We talked about the Joves. I'd honestly like to play IO Mining Industries here because that is, I can afford it, and it's probably going to be, I mean, it's going to be our 3rd Jove, and it gets us titanium production for blacksmith. And like I said, I'm not sure if he's able to raise his mineral production much further. So Electrocat is kind of good for him, by the way, but I'm not that interested. So for me, it's a question between IO Mining and AI Central here, and I think it's just you have to take AI Central. Basically, it's just too strong of a card, and it kind of sucks to give him or to allow him to cut IO from us. These cards are interesting. Like Investment Loan is a decent card, but it's not that impactful. So I think here you have to kind of take pets. I think that was what I did, because mostly because of the Farmer Award. So Farmer also hits the Traveler. I mean the Farmer Milestone, but also hits the Traveler Award. This could also make Miranda Resort playable for us. And IO Mining Industries comes back. He took Electrocat. Sort of understandable, because that's the better card for him. But I would have seriously considered cutting IO from me here if I were in his shoes, because with 1 Jove already played, I can get into a lead on blacksmith. Potentially I have more Joves, there's Traveler, and so on. I get a rebate for playing this card. Just lots of good things about this card for me, so obviously I take that, and I intend on playing it. Okay, Gen 3, I add a Psychrophile, and then I play the IO Mining Industries. Not much to talk about there. I think it's just a good play. And he plays the Electrocat. Sells a plant. He's not that rich, so that makes some sense. I just pass because I don't really have any plays. Or did I? Yeah, this was one instance of the game. I had some people look through the game review on the Hodgepodge Discord, and this is one instance where someone commented that maybe I could have played Standard Project Aquifer into Nitromoss. Now, if I had done that, like if I played the Ocean here, that's basically 14 MC. I'm left with 6 MC, so then I can't afford Nitromoss. I would have to either sell 2 or not keep pets. So that was a possibility. I could have just skipped pets and then played the line with the Ocean and Nitromoss. That was a decent suggestion, actually. Also here I could just sell, but I don't really have 2 cells. Like Physics Complex is kind of crap, but I need the science tag for AI. I guess you could sell Physics and pets, but I mean, I just bought pets, so why would I do that? So yeah, that was a decent suggestion, but I didn't really consider that during the game. He plays the Soletta and skips, so he's clearly going after Engineer. To me, that seems, really weak, honestly. Like, he still doesn't have any MC production. He's invested so much into heat production just to get that milestone. It seems too expensive to me when he only has 22 TR and no MC production. So I'm not sure. It feels like kind of overextending just to get a milestone. Let's see what happens. Here we have, I think Business Network is probably what I took here because of Traveler, because of, it's just card draw. And this can help out Miranda. I don't think he's interested in business network. That makes his MC situation even worse. But I don't think the other cards here are that important either. Like, he's probably going to play Fuel Factory, but that's okay. So I take the card draw. And here, I think you gotta go design microorganisms when you have AI Central on hand. So I take that. Okay. He didn't take Fuel Factory. He took greenhouses. Maybe again vying for one of these milestones, agronomist, but that seems really unlikely that he's getting agronomist. Maybe he just felt like Fuel Factory was too much at this point. I'm not sure. Okay, bumper's not happening, so I think we take the card draw and the microorganisms. That's what I did. Okay, so he raises the temperature once and twice, gets more MC production, more heat production, and I play my card draw, draw protected tabs. In my opinion, maybe a bit of an overrated card. It's not that good, but I think it's good enough that we should still keep it here. It's early in the game and we haven't seen any plantate, so I think that's good. Okay, he sells a steel, plays the fuel factory, which he took on the wheel. I think that's fine. At least now he has MC production, so maybe I should have been more careful about passing that, but yeah. I don't think it's the end of the world. Add to my Psychros, and I do play the protected tabs. I have free plants, so like in my experience, these free plants from supply drop often just end up being nuked because at the start of the game it's kind of difficult to get a greenery conversion immediately, so they're just sitting there, and yeah, now at least I get to protect them. Okay, now he finally gets to use his Robinson ability again for minerals, so he does that, and he claims engineer. Maybe there wasn't any rush to claim that, but yeah, he did. It could, by the way, also indicate that he sees that there might be like a tempo competition for the milestones because I'm getting close to both farmer, and spacefarer. So that could be why. Okay. I play my design microorganisms, and that's the end of the gen. And here's an interesting draft. I mean, Earthcat is one of the best cards in the game, obviously, maybe the best. But so is Viral. I mean, Viral's pretty damn good. And I need the science tag for AI. I have some synergies with my bio stuff. I did think a little bit about this one, but I think at the end of the day, I decided that I should go with Earthcat. I'm not 100% sure, honestly, that this is the correct move, but I think with Traveler, with Miranda Resort in my hand, and with the potential AI Central coming, it's nice to have that global discount to be able to play cards that I draw with AI. So I think it's still Earthcat, but it's not that ridiculous to consider Viral there. It's such a good card. Okay, I took the security fleet because it looks like he's investing a lot of his resources into mineral production, and he doesn't have that many cards, so that could be one way of using it. Okay, these other cards aren't really that important to me, so I only take the Earth Catapults. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly rich myself, only in terms of minerals, not an actual MC. So it's pretty tricky for me to get Earthcat out. I draw, and I draw Protected Valley. I ended up skipping this card. And looking back now, I don't really understand why I skipped that card. This was commented on by when I submitted the game review on the Discord. I should have kept Protected Valley, and I think that's correct. I should have kept Protected Valley there. I think maybe I was thinking I needed to save my steel for AI Central, but yeah, protected value on a spot like this, when I can spend steel on it, then it gets 4MC back in a couple of plants, and I have protected halves, I have insects. I could even play Earth Cat into protected valley. Would have been pretty good. So, and I still didn't need to use my Psychrophile. So yeah, that was the wrong decision to skip that. Okay, so he plays the imported hydrogen on that ocean instead. Get some juicy rebates. That allows him to convert. He could have converted for some more juicy rebates, but he chose to go on near a volcanic area for 2 cards. That makes sense because it doesn't have that many cards, and he's probably looking to get 2 milestones. He already has Engineer. He's probably looking to get Geologist. So now I need to hurry up to get Farmer and Spacefarer. I do play the Earth Cat so that I can then play Miranda Resort for, it's only 2 prod, but that does get me closer to Spacefarer. Okay, he plays the mining rights, also near a volcanic area, and then he funds Blacksmith. Bold, but yeah, there's no easy way for him to use his ability to increase mineral production beyond 3 at this point. So if I find some mineral production myself with my card draw, I could potentially fight him on Blacksmith. So it's a pretty aggressive fund, I would say. But he probably saw that now have 3 Jovian tags, 2 Earth tags. So Traveler's just like a really easy 8 fund for me. Maybe I should have even tried to fund it myself, but I didn't expect him to fund anything. But it might be a good move. Okay, so I play my optimal air braking, and I think that's only for tempo on Spacefarer. And I do play the satellites as well for some production. The problem right now is that he's starting next gen, so I mean, I'm going to get 2 milestones next gen. I already have Spacefarer, and I can add a Psychrophile next gen, but he's starting and he's only missing 1 tile for Geologist, so kind of unfortunate with the tempo situation here, which shows why he chose to claim Engineer so early. Okay, he increases plant with his ability, takes the heat bonus, and I find a pretty good card for me in the draft here, Asteroid Mining. As I mentioned, Blacksmith is not won yet by him. If I play Asteroid Mining now, I get up to the same number of production on minerals as he has. So, and that also plays to my Jove, so that's already 3 points. It's, secures Traveler even more, so I think that's the card you keep here. These cards aren't really that important. Take the Ocean. And Martian Survey. We have the discount, but it's still not that good of a card, so I do take it. I mean, I just gave him 2 plant tags. You always have to worry a little bit about NRA, but I think you can defend cutting the Martian Survey. Okay, looking at the milestone situation now, I expect my opponent to take Geologists, which he does with Noctis City and claims Geologist there. So good play on him for getting 2 milestones when it was looking like I was going to get 2, but he somehow managed to power through and take 2 of them. That's a 10-point swing, so even if it was a bit awkward for him to get it, I think that's pretty good. Although I'd still question the Soletta play, honestly. Okay, Invention Contest for free. That's a good one. And at this point, there's no rush for me to claim the 3rd milestone because I already have both Farmer and Spacefarer basically, and he's not really close on any of the other ones, so I can take my time. So I play the Invention contest, and I get the NRA instead. Unfortunately, we can't keep two cards here because I would love to have Plantation in addition. Um, Big Asteroid and even Plantation are good cards, but they're just not as good as NRA. They don't have the same potential. Although I should say we're in Gen 6, so and I don't have any plant tags yet. So there's a possibility that this NRA never ends up being that good, but I still think you have to take it. At least we have Nitro Moss. Okay, he sells the steel, increases energy. So with Knock the City, by the way, he increased his MC production all the way up to 4. Now he's increasing energy. So if he can get energy in plants up further, he can again start increasing his minerals, which will mean he probably gets to win. He probably wins the award that he funded, if that's the case. Okay, add a Psychrophile, use Psychros on Nitromoss, again, because I can always claim Spacefarer. He placed the space station into Solar Wind. So now I pretty much have to claim because he got up to 3 space tags. And then I fund Traveler. Don't necessarily think I had to fund Traveler here, but I'm definitely winning that. There's no question about it. So it is a safe fund. The only question is if I could have greeted that, but he's getting dangerously. He's getting into a dangerous position on Highlander specifically, and even Landscaper. So if he wanted, he could aggro fund one of those in the next gen, let's say. So I think I need one award at least. And in this draft, we're just looking down at pure trash. None of these cards are any good, so you can take whatever. Maybe guess Mining Expedition. No, I took Rat Suits. Probably took Rat Suits just to prevent him from having an easy way of getting his MC production higher up. I assume that's why. Take Fueled, same thing. Like if he has a cheap way of increasing energy and plants, then he can continue to stay ahead on Blacksmith. Yeah, I think Zeppelin, same thing. And I keep Fueled because I need power for AI Central. Okay. So I draw a card. I have Protected Tab, so I don't need to convert my plants right away. And I skipped on the Lava Flows. So Lava Flows is a pretty good card. And it would be a good card early on this map because of Geologist and so on. And yeah. The reason I'm skipping it here is just that I'm so poor. I have minerals, but I only have 28 MC, 21 TR, and so on. So, and I intend on playing AI Central at some point, and I need to play 2 more science tags before that happens. So I need to save my cash. And I don't think, I mean, he's pushing heat. So the heat track is going to be maxed out for sure within reasonable time. And honestly, I want this game to go on a bit longer because when I get AI Central online and I have the Jove threat and everything, I think a longer game benefits me. He plays a restricted area on a card, get some card draw. You hate to see it. Play the Search for Life and the Robotic Workforce and copy house printing. So copying house printing is sad. It's not what you want to do, obviously. And when he sees me doing that, he probably realizes that I have AI Central because there's no other reason for copying house printing with Robo Workforce. So that's a very expensive way, weak way to get AI Central online. But AI Central is such a good card that you just sort of have to do it. Okay, I play Fueled into AI. Get to draw some cards. He increases plant production. Draw Dome Crater, that could be alright. And finally convert my plants. I do it here on a card and some plants, and I mean a card and some cash back. Could have gone here for sure, but I honestly think cards are at a premium in this position with my Joves and my NRA, which I need plant tags for, and my insects. So Ice Asteroid, by the way, it's a good card to pick up. Unfortunately, he gets to play the viral enhancers. We gave him all that while back when we took Earthcat, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And he plays Lightning Harvest. Lightning Harvest usually not a good card. Here, you can see he's up to +3 at the minimum on his entire production line, which means he can stay ahead on Blacksmith. But I'm not going down without a fight, so I'm playing Asteroid Mining, going up to a total of 7 mineral production. So he needs to increase his further, but I assume he will. And we're up to -14 degrees, quite far already because of his crazy heat production. Okay, we have a premium card in this draw, and that's Kelp Farming. Still only 3 oceans left, but we have Ice Asteroid. So if we can use Kelp Farming to enable NRA in a way and get 1 more plant tag for insects, we could have a lot of plant production, and that would be amazing. Shuttles can be a good card for him or even for me, but that would also mean he would have to decrease his energy production. But I think it's got to be Kelp Farming here, even though we're missing 3 oceans. I take Special Design. Usually it's worth it to play Special Design for Kelp for sure. I'm not completely sure if this was needed, because like I said, we can get up to 5 oceans with Ice Asteroid. And in worst case, we can always standard an Aquifer next gen to get Kelp online. Special Design is only 5 MC, but we can standard an ocean for 14 MC and some plants, and that might be better. Because giving him mining area is also kind of annoying. There's still the 20 awards, which is up for grabs, and I don't think we can fund anything. So if anyone can fund anything, it's him with the Highlander or Landscaper, and mining area can help out on that. And it can also help out on Blacksmith. So looking back, I think I should have taken mining area, not Special Design, to be honest. Okay, we take shuttles. I think we keep... now that we took Special Design, we probably need to keep it. So I guess we do. I did. It's okay. Okay, yeah. He converts next to a city. That is good. He draws a card. Well, at least we have a lot of card draw now. Triple card draw is pretty nice. We can raid them for some money. I took MC there. I think with all of the mineral production we're boosting up, I think 3 MC is potentially worth more than 2 steel if you can't use them. Okay, increases titanium production further, place mining area to increase it even more. And he goes on titanium, which I think is important because over here, I think. Yeah. Because he now goes up to 5 titanium, which means that he can still use his ability to boost steel. Okay. We draw a card. It's kind of a flashback from my last game on this map where we scored a ton of points with TG and won a nice game. So yeah, obviously keeping that. That's going to be... What is it? That's 8 points already. Could be more. So that's fantastic. We have a ton of titanium this game as well. Okay, he plays the space elevator. That's very good for him. Like both space elevator and electrocat with all this mineral production. That is pretty good. So his economy is becoming quite decent. I play my Ice Asteroid, take some nice rebates there. Also get some plants, and the credit core rebates also nice, and we can convert our plants for 4 MC and another plant. Never remember this board what the resources are, but yeah, that's pretty good. And I still have 50 free MC, so I can easily afford kelp. But it also means I could have easily afforded standard aquifer into kelp instead of giving him mining area. So yeah, now he plays the capital. Interestingly, placed capital on the temperature bump tile. I mean, I realize this is probably going to be a 3-point capital with the oceans, but there are other 3-point spots for capital, and he has 12 heat production, so it's not like heat's going to be a problem for him. So this could be an early indication that he's trying possibly to snake his way into the middle of the board and make some sort of cluster of tiles and potentially fund landscaper. Okay, plays a rover construction. No, he triggers rover construction. That's how it went. That would have been strange otherwise. Okay. I special design kelp, can use my sacrophiles. That's really awesome. And even though he got 2 milestones and was able to 8 fund an award that he's currently leading, I'm only 9 points behind, and I have more cash this gen, and I have TG for a ton of points. So yeah, this situation, honestly, at this point of the game, I felt like this was my game to win. Looking pretty good. We're still missing that third tag for NRA. If we find that, it's going to be pretty crazy. Okay, he raises heat a couple of times. So now we're all the way up to -8. And here, one of the craziest advanced alloys ever. I mean, not maybe an exaggeration, but both of us have a ton of minerals and card draw. So this advanced alloys is going to be super good. Giving large convoy to him is annoying when we have optimal air braking and everything, but I think you have to do it. And then we get this annoying Arctic algae. Because of his insane heat production, we're already up to -8, which means Arctic algae is not playable. So last gen, what I could have done with all my money last gen, I could have SP'd Aquifer into kelp and then saved my special design, which would have allowed me now to play special design Arctic algae into nitrogen-rich asteroid. That would have been a good move, but I didn't do that. So that's unfortunate. So I take lake instead. Getting close to that 0 degrees, so I think lake is decent. And yeah, power grids, because now he's down to 0 energy production. If I allow him to play power grid, he's up to 5, which might allow him to continue increasing his minerals. At this point, I have to recognize that I'm probably losing blacksmith, but you never know. Okay, so we buy alloys and lake. I think that's pretty obvious. And I can draw since I have HAPs and I need to convert right away. And we get to play the colonizer training camp because we're still at 4%. That is really good. That's going to be a 4-point card for 6MC. I played it before advanced alloys. Yeah. Yeah, that was also pointed out to me on Discord. I realize now I should have. Maybe I was afraid of like a double oxygen bump. If I was, I shouldn't have used my steel. I could have paid for that in MC, used my steel and domed or something. So I should wait for alloys before I use my steel there. That's a mistake. Okay. Sells off his stuff, and we find research outpost. So yeah. Pretty good card. Plays the large convoy next to his capital. It's pretty good for him. And he gets to convert. And where does he convert? Here for the 6MC back. So he hasn't connected these tiles just yet. We'll see. Yeah, and again, I use steel before alloys. No, I did play alloys now. Good, okay. But alloys, research outpost. Here. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot. Um, you could also consider up in the north just to maybe fight for a potential landscaper. But I think here we have access to some pretty good tiles surrounding this city, so I kind of like that. But this map sort of makes you think about these things differently because usually what you want is to spread your tiles out so you have access to different areas of the board, and that can also be really good here, but sometimes it can be better to cluster them together to go for landscaper. But now I get to convert. I do convert on a card because I'm kind of desperate for that plant tag, and I also want more Joves. Yeah, maybe. I think still 4MC and 2 plants should be considered as well, but this location could become better if we get an ocean here, so let's see. And immediately punished by industrial center, so yeah, maybe a bit greedy to go for the card there, but I did find commercial district, which could be interesting, let's say, especially if landscaper gets funded, hint hint, spoiler. He sells off his steel out of Psychro. I play the energy saving, a card I almost never play for free MC because I needed. I mean, it costs 12 MC for free energy production. I needed power for Dome Crater, which I think is why I played it. And 12 MC for 3 energy is obviously better than standarding for 11, 1 energy production. So I did that. When you have -3 to all cards, it's amazing the cards that suddenly become playable. Okay, do play my Dome Crater. Up here, the logical choice. He gets some rover and pet value, which is unfortunate, but I'm already up to 7 plant prod and I still haven't played NRA and insects, so I imagine I'm going to need several cities in this game. I activate Search for Life. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it, especially since I revealed Wife, water import from Europe. I would have loved to have that card, but okay. 1 MC is probably not a big deal. He plays the Immigrant City up here, so yeah, now it's getting pretty clear to me that the only reason I can see for this placement of Immigrant City is that he wants to create a cluster of tiles and fund landscaper. I pass, he raises temperature twice, we're up to -4. So he can probably get the bonus ocean next gen, but there are still 3 oceans left, so at least we get Lake Marineris then. He standards a greenery next to the ocean there, and then funds landscaper. So yeah, if he can connect all of these tiles here, then landscaper is looking pretty decent for him. But I still have some faint hope of fighting that because what he doesn't know is that I'm going to get insane plant prod with insects and NRA, so let's see about that. Okay, here we come to the Gen 10 draft. I think this was probably, I would say, like the decisive moment or crucial moment in this game because there are some decent cards here. Virus is obviously a very good card in 2-player games. Both of us have plants. He can't take my plant, so that's certainly a consideration. That's an argument against Virus, and also the fact that he's first player, so he can start by converting his plants to get the bonus temperature bump, and he won't have that many plants left. And there's no guarantee that I get to use Virus. He doesn't have any animals that I can use Virus on either, so I don't think Virus is that good here. It's still good, but it's just not that good. Terraforming, as we've talked about, is not a good card, but it is my 3rd tag for NRA, which is fantastic, and it's also insects value. And at this point in the game, I've just been so desperate to find that final plant tag for my NRA that I'm just like, what happened here is that I think I just snap picked Tundra Farming. But I didn't talk about the fourth card in that draft, which was Urbanized Area. So Urbanized Area, if you look at our hand, we already have Commercial District. He just funded Landscaper, and it's clear that he's trying to connect these tiles. If I put, let's say, Commercial District here, Urbanized Area there, because he's gonna open with plant conversion for sure, and then maybe trying to get the bonus ocean as well. I'd say it's pretty likely that he converts here. He might convert here, but he might convert there as well. So in either case, I can use these tiles to cut him off. So once he has done that, I could have played Commercial and Urbanized, just messed up his Landscaper. But I took Tundra Farming. To make matters worse, we get Algae, which gets us NRA anyway. We don't have a big cluster of tiles. We only have 3 here, but considering we're relatively far from ending the game at this point, I think I would have had a decent chance at actually fighting Landscaper. But I get a second chance. We already have our NRA tag, so we don't really need Algae. Like if we play Tundra Farming, NRA insects, we're gonna have so much plant prod that we don't really need Algae, and it's relatively late in the game. Whereas Nuke Zone, that's a tile. He can use Nuke Zone to take the bonus ocean. He can use Nuke Zone to, cement Landscaper. Whereas I can use Nuke Zone to be super annoying against this Landscaper fund. So what do? Well, I pick Algae. I don't really know how to explain this, because I think I just saw my NRA tag and then I was like, okay, but Algae is a better NRA tag, so I should take that and play that instead. But I think that was my golden opportunity to really fight back on Landscaper. But okay, take Virus. I think I'm still in a good position. I am 16 points behind, but I have some pretty good scaling, so let's see. He raises temperature as expected and converts next to his city there, and get the bonus ocean here, so he's gonna get more rebates. And this was also an interesting point in the game, because maybe it's hindsight bias, but yeah, I'm gonna go up to, what is it, like 9 plant prod, 13 plant prod, and with insects it's gonna be like 16 or even 17, 18 plant prod if I play all of these. With at least one more gen, all of that plant prod, if I can again fight back on Landscaper, that can make it at least super annoying for him. So I think the play here is to kind of cut him off with Commercial District, and honestly just like converting next to his cities. So first I play Virus for 5 plants, and then I draw. He increases energy, he plays the Urbanized Area that I didn't take. So now he has this super dangerous spot here, which would get him, like if he converts a greenery here, that's going to be 5 points. That's a lot of points. And that connects his tiles, which means he also basically wins Landscaper. So at least we get to, first I draw, then I play the very nice Commercial District between his cities. That's 3 points for me, and I'm still potentially cutting him off. So at the moment he has a cluster of 5, 6 tiles. I have 4 here. Then he plays Demos down. Doesn't destroy my plants, but all of a sudden we're pretty close. We almost finished out the heat track. And that's kind of concerning because with my triple card draw, my -3 to all cards, my alloys, my insane plant production, all of that, I think if the game continues for 2 more gens, I should have the win. So him just ending the temperature track is kind of bad for me. But I play my algae, and he plays another city. So another potential 5-point greenery over here. And this would just extend his cluster even further. Okay, get some pets and rover value. I play my NRA finally, but to be honest, Gen 10 NRA is not that good. I did get the final temperature bump, but still it's just not that good. For plant production at the start of the game is fantastic, but when there's only one like couple of gens left, it's just not that impactful. Still good, but okay. I'll play my mangrove over here, I assume. No, here next to my city, of course. Yeah, pretty good. And that will get me more insects value and take some of the O2. But I have to be careful here that we don't prematurely end the game. But I don't think he can. I don't think he has a way of ending the game this gen. Okay. Well, he plays herbivores. Super annoying. At least he doesn't have a lot of plant prod. If he has had my plant prod with herbivores and all these cities, I would just be like totally dead. But he probably needs to SP some greeneries at this point. Place the investment loan. I play Tundra Farming. Probably could have skipped Tundra Farming. It is 2 points and it's some extra plant prod with insects and so on, but I'm not sure. Play my insects, go up to 18 plant prod with 16 plants, so I'm getting a ton of greenery conversions here. So maybe I should cut him off here. Of course, the problem if I cut him off with a greenery conversion here, the first problem is I just give him 2 points instead of giving myself a point next to my city. But it's not that easy for me to get a big cluster over here. But a crazy option could have been to put mangrove here next to a city, convert another greenery here, and we get up to 4, 5, 6 tiles, and he has 6. And with our plant production, we're probably in a good position to win that. Maybe that's what I should have done. But he plays greenhouses, which is super annoying. Now he cuts me off. He probably recognizes the danger that he should connect his tiles, because otherwise he would just put greenery here. And by the way, if I take a nuke zone, I could have just slapped that down here. So that was a mistake not taking that either. Okay, I played the Lake Marineris, and honestly at this point I'm not sure if I should, because that's the final 2 oceans, which means that in all likelihood we're ending in Gen 11, and I am 15 points behind. And he's getting probably a 5-point greenery here, and he's winning 2 awards, got 2 milestones, so kind of bold to play Lake Marineris here, but this is one of the difficult decisions. We saw that as well in my game against Corvus Mortis, where he played Lake Marineris when he was behind. It's so difficult because you don't want to end the game, but it's also like one of the most efficient plays in Terraforming Mars to play Lake Marineris, so you definitely want to do it, but yeah, it's hard. Maybe I should have held back on that one. Forced him to SP oceans. Okay, we do some stalling. He plays farming for more plant prod. You hate to see it because his greeneries with herbivores, these cities, this is just gonna score a boatload of points. Okay, sell some stuff, skip. So I realize now that the game is ending next gen because he's gonna have 10 plants, and he can probably always afford to SP the final 3 greeneries, and that's gonna score him a ton of points anyway. So since the game is ending next gen, I have to take 3 greeneries here. Okay, do heat trappers, get 1 more greenery. I end up converting down here because I don't think there's, I'm probably not getting landscaper at this point, and if I am, it has to be a cluster down here, and these are next to my city, so I think that makes sense. So kind of wanted the card, but yeah. And if you look at the score here, like if I play TG, that's what is that now? 9 points. So if I could end the game and play TG, I would have won here, basically. I think I go up to 96, get 2 more greeneries. Yeah. So, but I think the main issue here is landscaper. So like 6-9. If I just cut him off here, I might have been able to just end the game into a win with even without TG probably, because that's a 10-point flip. So even if I, yeah, so this would have been like 2 points, 3 points, maybe like a 5-point flip if I convert next to his city instead, but it's a 10-point flip for landscapers. So most likely I could have ended into a win if I had cut him off there on landscaper, but I didn't, so we go another gen. Okay, we finally see some Joves. Unfortunately, not a multiplier, but AMC is going to be 3 points for 13 MC, so that's pretty good. Methane is 4 points, but that's way more expensive. And we are already spending our titanium on TG. Unfortunately, AMC is still not enough to flip Blacksmith. That could have been a surprise win in that case. But Trees is okay, but I still think it's AMC. Like, you're just getting 3 points. That's the best we have. And Martian Rails, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, might actually be worth it for me since I have -3 on it and alloyed steel that I'm not spending on anything else. So yeah, I take Martian Rails. And then trees. Yeah, trees I'm not sure you should keep here. Might be 1 extra greenery for and the point, but we can spend Cycros on it, but this is where you need to do math because we're spending 13 on AMC. We go down to 51, and we can use all our titanium only on TG. So we have 51. We're still drawing 4 cards. I think probably you should skip trees here, but I end up taking it. And Martian Rails, I think, is just cash positive, so I take it. Okay, I convert here. Kind of strange place to convert. I think... I don't like this. At this point, I should either concede Landscaper. It's 7-9 at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. I do have a bunch of plant prod, but he also has a decent amount of plant prod, and he has more cash than me. So yeah, I don't think so. If I'm conceding Landscaper, then I should probably just convert on a card, hope to find a Jove Molt or something. And if I convert down here, instead of converting on MC, I should probably convert on this plant to get an additional plant and set up a 3-point city, or even here, 4-point city. So I don't like that placement there. Okay. He plays the open city even. He has steel to use on that, and he gets some cash back. He gets rover value pets. Goes up to... Doesn't he have pets? I have pets. Oh yeah. Forgot about that. And converts. Gets Herbies. He has even more plants. And like he has 2 trifectas here where he can convert his greeneries for insane scoring with herbivores. So that's just gonna be pretty hard to outscore that. And I'm already 9 points behind. And I'm not finding the cards that I'm hoping for. He has draw himself. Okay, we just sell some cards. Ice Cap would have been nice earlier, but not anymore. And he converts there. That's so good. He's just stalling by taking heat. I AMC. Play the TG. I didn't use all my titanium for that. I'm not sure why, because no, I paid 8 titanium. I overpaid. Good. So now we're only 1 point behind. And we have all this plant broad. So you'd think this was looking pretty good. The problem is that he can SP greenery here for just insane amount of points. And he has important nitrogen, which is unfortunate. It's very good. He has herbivores. I mean, he doesn't have a microbe target, so it's not that good, but it's still pretty good. Okay, I convert on a card this time because I'm seeing the writing on the wall here. I need more cards to actually catch up. Unfortunately, livestock is only going to be 1 point, unless I can use it to prevent... I was a bit quick to sell that card. If it prevents a greenery from him in the conversion phase, right now he's going up to 8 plants. I should play that card, but probably not happening, but you never know. Yeah, so now he has 4 plants, so it's probably not happening. Play the Martian Rails, use it. Mistake, because at this point I think my best scoring is just SP City, so should have waited a little bit longer. It's not a big mistake, but you know, 1 MC probably. Yeah, add Industrial Center to just helping to cement that. No, he used Industrial Center. Yeah, I was wondering. He's using Industrial Center just to stall, and just in case I have some crazy mineral production on hand, which seems really unlikely since I only have 1 card left. So, but probably MC Tiebreaker is not going to matter. So he's just stalling to see if he should SP Greenery or play his final card. I'm not sure. ISP City down here, which shows I should have, this conversion was wrong. I should have gone like here instead because I get 1 less point, but whatever. Get my credit core cash back, but unfortunately I'm running out of money, so he plays a greenery for basically 4 points plus herbivores, so 5 points even without the oxygen. Play my trees with the psychrophiles. Get a ton of plants, like 3 conversions next to my cities and all, but you can see here I'm going up to 115, but he has 1 final conversion, which puts him ahead by a couple of points, 2 points. So I felt like this game was kind of a throw on my part. I think there were 2 main ways I could have still won the game. The first and most obvious one was to fight back on Landscaper, and in all likelihood I could have won Landscaper if I just snaked my way through the middle here between his cities. Yes, I gave him some points, but I think, you know, I had 21 plant prod at the end, so I think if I really fight back there, I'm probably gonna Gonna beat him on that, and that would have been enough to win. The other potential mistake I made was playing Lake Marineris, because if I force him to SP Oceans in Gen 11 instead of playing these super efficient greeneries, he's going to score a lot less. Whereas, yeah, I don't get Lake Marineris, but I can, instead of Lake Marineris, I can maybe SP a city or greenery that's going to score well also. So maybe if I don't play Lake, I have a better chance. Really not sure. But again, I think not fighting back on Landscaper was my main mistake there. Close game, and I think, disappointing because I think with the card quality I had, look at this: -3 Earthcat, Research Outpost, Alloys, Habs, AI Central, triple card draw, Psychrophiles, TG for a bunch of points. Like, honestly, I should have won this game given the cards. I think I just had better luck than him in this game, better cards. But he did outplay me on the milestones and awards, so kudos to him for that. And you live and you learn. So Landscaper, really interesting award, maybe the most interesting award on any map, and I'm looking forward to getting into some more like close fought Landscaper battles in the future. But for now, I am knocked out of this tournament. Fortunately, there's going to be a new top 50 tournament, which is actually turning into the top 100 this time, and that one uses the new random map settings. That I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll get some more Vastitas games. So not sure if I was able to stay under 1 hour for this video, but I think it was a little bit faster. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.